April. April. If you've never been here before, you probably think it's weird that I'm throwing pieces of hot dog on the floor behind me. So we call our chum line. Hey, Drama, Terry, Blue Azul, Michael Henry, Mac, John. I don't know if you got your prize yet, John. It went out yesterday. Hey, Oz. Hey, Bruce. Stefan. I don't think we're going to hear from Tracy today. Tracy sent me an email. He's on the Triton today on a lobster trip. He sent some pictures earlier of him out there lobster fishing. There's our chum line at work. It's just how it works with fish. They just work their way up the line, get the food. Here's Tamara. Tamara is getting ready for her fishing trip tomorrow. I don't know if she's fishing tomorrow or she leaves tomorrow, but I think she leaves tomorrow. Hello, Monica, Daniel, Jamie. Hello, April. Hey, Brian. How's everything up north? Do you guys still have rain up there? We don't have any rain here anymore. So let's do a quick check on the fish counts. I know the offshore, so she leaves tomorrow at 9 p.m. Nice. To meet up with some of her friends. Okay, what's happening down south? Fisherman's was all rockfish. Point Loma had some yellowtail, one tuna. Seaforth had a bunch of yellowtail, 6 tuna. And I just think the tuna counts are way down because of the weather. Jeff was telling me that they couldn't go out yesterday because the weather was so bad. Long Beach had rockfish, 200 rockfish, 10 sculpin, 50 whitefish. Dana Wharf, bunch of whitefish and rockfish, and almost 100 bonita. And what else? 22nd Street, all rockfish, couple calicos, Marina Del Rey, sculpin and rockfish, Channel Islands, almost 400 rockfish, and almost 70 whitefish. Santa Barbara, 500 rockfish, 50 whitefish, some lingcod and sheephead. And Morro Bay, 100 rockfish, 5 red snapper. That's pretty good. See, the Coral Sea today did 250 rockfish, 27 whitefish, 2 lingcod, and a sheephead. Big sheephead. On the website there shows some big sheephead. That's pretty good. And it looks like Redondo Special got into red snapper today too. That's good. Yeah, if you need fish for your freezer, Maui, you got to go rock fishing. There's plenty of fish there. Monica, Daniel caught 4 catfish. He's frying them up tonight with the cornmeal batter. Good. I've never tried frying catfish. I should do that. Redondo Special is a 3/4 day boat. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm not sure what their half day boat is there, but I would think I don't know. Let me look. Let me see what it says here. Redondo Special. No, they're half day trips. The Redondo Special is a half day trip. They leave at 7:30 a.m. at 1 p.m. And on Friday they do twilight at 6:30 p.m. And they say they have live squid in the bait tanks for tomorrow. So that's pretty good. So I don't know if the local, if Nachos and them have live squid too, but that's what they're saying, live squid. Looks like the Grande is going to head out for a 1.5 day trip on Friday. El Dorado is doing a Halloween trip. Ventura is going to go out tomorrow. That's good. Pescador is doing lobster trips. So that's a new lobster boat out of Redondo. Hey, Jeff is here. Hello, Jeff. Don't put the gear away. Go fishing. I'll let you guys know how I do this weekend. I have a fishing trip tomorrow. I have a private charter tomorrow, 4 people. And then I have another private charter on Saturday. So we'll see how we do. Hopefully we'll get into some bass. Yeah, the counts are down too because the weather. The weather hasn't been good. It was pretty rough there for a while, and it's finally getting back. Okay, so I have 40 of you in here and only 15 likes. So maybe we can get a few more likes. Hey, Lauren, how you doing? Welcome from San Francisco. So neither one of our teams made it to the World Series. Just Maui. Is fishing better in the morning than the afternoon? I don't know if the fishing's always better in the morning. I like going on half-day trips in the morning just because it's a lot calmer. The wind hasn't started blowing yet. The conditions are a lot better. There's a lot more options to the boats. There's not, the boat's not going out while there's other boats sitting on spots. So, I prefer going on the morning trip. When I was in college and stuff, I would go on the morning trip. And if it was decent fishing or I had nowhere else to go, I would just stay on the boat and go back on in the afternoon. So Mac's going to go look for tuna on Monday. Henry, what colors are rockfish attracted to? Well, they say down that deep that you don't see the colors, but I like using glow-in-the-darks. And I've always had good success glow-in-the-darks and with chrome. I'm not sure if the chrome, what it reflects down that deep, but I've caught a lot of lingcods over the year using chrome. And there's John Hawk. Hello. Yeah, we were on the Malahini a while ago. Jamie, hey Dan, I have a 1.5 days on the 5th of November. Do you think the banks? Yeah, they should be. They should be good. I'm just telling you guys, as a rule, the fish do not really go away. Just as a rule, San Diego runs out of fishermen before they run out of fish. So I wouldn't be afraid to go fishing in November. I really wouldn't even be afraid to go tuna fishing in December, as long as the weather holds up. So I would you know, I wouldn't hesitate to go in November. And actually, I'm hoping to put a tuna trip together toward the end of November. So if some of you want to join me on a day and a half or a 2 day trip, I'm hoping to do that. 2 years ago, I don't know if you guys have seen the episode. It's right here on my YouTube channel. I posted it not too long ago. We were on the Tomahawk. It was like 4 days before Christmas. It's like the 21st or so, 20th, we were out. And it was just a day and a half trip. And we got limits of bluefin. So I wouldn't be afraid to go tuna fishing in November. So, Jamie, you should do well. Okay, see, I owe some tickets here. Did I miss one? No. John, Tamara. I thought there was one before that. Maybe not. John, thank you very much. Tamira. Here's a ticket for drama. Okay. So here's the prizes today, guys. Magic Metal Light, Magic Metal Jig, Promar Jig, another Magic Metal Jig, and a Panther Martin lure. So those are all the lures for today. Okay. Yeah, I understand, Lauren. So she'd be better if she was fishing. I'll be fishing the next 2 days, so I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I haven't heard anything. I don't know if Jeff has heard anything about the closures, if it's still in effect. I heard the beaches were going to be opened up, so I thought if the beaches were open, that means the fishing would open up, but I do not know. Yeah, Tamara, you can see on the reports that a lot of the boats on 976 saying that they're going to start running tomorrow and for the weekend. So that tells you the weather is getting a lot better. Antonio, where'd the bluefin go? They haven't really gone anywhere. It's the weather. The weather was really bad the last few days. Boats weren't able to head out to Cortez and Tanner. And that's why you're not seeing them in the counts. I'm guessing the few tuna that were caught today were caught off the beach. And you can see there weren't very many boats doing that. John Hawk, how to fish for halibut? The best way is to drift. Up north, they like to troll for them. They do like a slow troll with bounce balling and stuff like that. Down here, we don't really do that kind of fishing, but we do drift for them. Andrew, any lure recommendations? Long Beach Harbor, breakwater. Yeah, if you're going to fish the breakwater, it depends how your boat sets. So if you can line your boat up to fish parallel with the breakwater, if you have a small boat, like a 20-foot boat, 18-foot boat, smaller than that, with the trolling motor maybe, and you're running parallel with the breakwater, and you can cast down the breakwater, not casting to the breakwater, but casting along the breakwater. I really like baits like this. This is lure that I won a tournament on there at the breakwater. This one's called a rattling roe, and it's got a deep bill on it. It dives down deep, swims like that, and it's really effective for the calicos. And you can catch yellows and stuff like that on too, but it's really good for the calico bass. When I catch a lot of calicos there, and there's some small ones, I will actually get rid of the middle hook, the hook in the middle here, and just leave the two on the ends. But this works out really good. This time of year, though, as the water gets colder, a 1 ounce bucktail will work out good with a strip of squid, and just hop it from rock to rock. Let it hit the rock, lift the rod tip up, let it come up, and let it hit the rock. And I know lots of you are afraid to cast right into the rocks, but you got to do that to catch these fish. These fish hang out right on the rocks, right on the edge of the rocks, and they're in there to ambush the bait fish. So that would be my second lure I would use. And then again, if you were fishing parallel, something like this, a shad wrap or something like this, shad looking kind of bait, works out good in the ocean. This is another rattling roe, and this is like the shad bait I was talking about. These work out good. So you want to go with those thin profile type of baits. Thin profile kind of bait will work out good on the breakwater. And again, you want the big bill, so it dives down deep. If you have a shallow bill, it's not going to dive down very much, and you're not going to get bit that well. But as the water gets colder, don't be afraid to fish slower. All right. John went on a 3-day late in September. Caught limits of bluefin and bottom fish. That's cool. Let's see what else is on here. Okay, so we just have John's ticket and Drama's ticket. Hello, Vicky. Hello, Soto. What else is here? Yeah, John, if you're talking about drifting for halibut, I like using the reverse dropper loop. Works out good for me. That's a good trick that Jeff just put here, guys. I don't know if you see that. He's talking about when he jigs for rockfish, he likes to change to brass hooks. That way, if he hooks a rock, it'll straighten it out. I have to look into brass hooks. Does everybody make brass hooks, or is that just a certain brand that does that? Samuel, Spectra fluorocarbon, Spectra plus fluoro versus Spectra fluoro mono. What is the ultimate way? For me personally, I always use, I go Spectra to mono to fluoro. The only time I don't do that is if I'm fishing up north, and like what Lauren is up there at the Channel Island, up at the Farallon Islands. If I'm up there fishing for lingcod, rockfish, then I'm fishing straight Spectra to mono and don't use fluorocarbon at all. But if I was fishing tuna, I always like to go Spectra to mono to fluoro. I just like having that shock absorber in there. So some people don't. Some people like to go straight Spectra to mono, but I don't do that. Okay, so Jess says he's hearing that technically that area is closed, but it's not being enforced. Okay. John says jerk baits for halibut. And John, when you're asking about sardines, anchovies, or live squid, I've caught halibut on all three. This time of year, they still probably want the oil. So I would say a sardine or an anchovy. But if you're in an area where there could be white sea bass, I would fish the live squid. And with that, you have a shot at catching halibut. Wherever you can catch the white sea bass, you have a chance at catching halibut in the same area. Scott says, hey, Dan, been watching you for years. Thanks for all the great shows. Thank you. Thanks for watching. We just shot our last episode for this year. The last weekend? Yeah. On Sunday. So that's year 35. 35 years of filming episodes. So I'm glad that that's done. Fred, is this Dan Hernandez live stream? Yes, it is. This is a live stream right now. If you're just made that comment, you are watching. So yeah, so Lauren's talking about up in the Bay Area. She likes to use braided line with mono leader. Yeah, I think that fishing that Spectra line for that rock fishing, that 100 to 300 feet of water, and not having mono, like a long mono leader, helps a lot. Up there, I only use about half the length of my rod for a leader, and that's all you need for rock fishing. There's Gina. Are you asking me about going to Colonet? Are you asking Tamara if she's going to Colonet? I haven't been to Colonet. Last year we went to Colonet. I haven't gone this year. Scott, nice to hear you guys are using magic metals up in Oregon. Thank you. Hello, Doug. Hello, Gina. Gina, are you Southern California? Or are you a different area? I don't have any Colonet chips right now, Gina. I'm hoping to set one up for the beginning of the year, but I don't have a Colonet trip right now. And if I am able to set up a trip for the end of November, it will be a tuna trip. Yeah, so I talked to Costa Rica again, and I'm just trying to figure out, like, if you all would wanted to go to Costa Rica with me, is December a month you would go? Is it too close to the holidays? You know, if we went like say like the 6th or 5th of December, because December, January is prime time fishing in Costa Rica. But we can also go in November, but it may not be quite as good as it was as it is in December and January. The other time I was looking at was like maybe May. So we'll get an idea what you guys think you might want to do. So Brian, you fished with Lauren when she was with us up there on the New Huck Fin. Christopher, yes, I was on Fish On. That was my first TV show. Rambo, what fish are they catching at Catalina right now? Basically, it's rockfish. We caught a few bass, and I think we only had like 3 legal bass on the trip on Sunday, but mainly it was rockfish. Okay, Ivan, let me get you a ticket. Ivan Soto. Okay, guys, we need some more tickets. We only got 3 tickets in the jar right now, in the hat. Fred, what does Fred say? Fred says, Dan, just wanted to let you know that I got my raffle prize redeemed. Okay, good. Yeah, I know Monica does a great job at the office. Hey Dan, have you ever considered a newspaper publication? No, I haven't thought about doing a publication. But SoCal Orca and two other people on here, Kevin, some other people, have been bugging me to do memberships here on YouTube. And I think we're going to do that maybe next month. I don't know if it's going to, I don't think it'd be sooner than that. And with the memberships, we'll have some exclusive stuff just for members. Um, and one of them will be, there'll be one YouTube live like this. Um, one YouTube live like this just for members only, but nothing else will change as Tuesdays and Thursdays will still be the same for everybody. You don't have to be a member or anything. And then the other thing with the members is when I'm out, um, hey, there's Uncle Greg. When I'm out doing private charters, um, I will film little videos and put it for the members to see. Rambo, will there be any more tuna caught this year? Yes. No question, there will be way more tuna caught this year. Henry, thank you very much. Bruce, thank you. So Gina says got a private charter going out Channel Islands looking for quality rockfish. You should do good. The rock fishing up there is really, really good. Yeah, Uncle Greg and who else? And Brian fished with you, Lauren. They were on the New Hook Fin. Come on, April, come get some hot dog. So tomorrow I plan to do some bass fishing with my private charter, and then probably gonna go do a little bit of rock fishing. What else? James, should we target calicos in deeper water this time of year? Yeah, and it's not really that cold yet. Come mid-November, December, it's going to cool down a lot. Right now, you can still get them on the surface. Tomorrow, I'll let you know how we do tomorrow, but I think tomorrow that we're going to get them maybe not exactly on the surface with small sinkers. When I was out last week on my private charter, we caught a bunch of them on Saturday, close to the bottom and on the bottom, using bucktails and dropper loop rigs. We did pretty good. I think we had like 8 or 10 legal calico. That's what was frustrating being on the Triton the other day. We had 25 people on the boat, and we had maybe 4 legal calicos, and it wasn't the skipper's fault or anything. It was just conditions and seals and all that. And locally on the beach, I went out Saturday, the day before, and we had like 8 legal calico sand bass mix, and I only had 4 people on the boat. So the fishing on the beach has been a little bit better. Trisha, Dan, have you ever fished out here in San Juan up in Washington? No, I've never fished in Washington. I've never been invited by a boat up there to go fishing. So if you know any boats up there that want to invite me to go fishing, have them reach out to me. So Gina's going to go rock fishing. What else? Oh, Samuel, thank you. That's a nice one, $20. Thank you for all the videos. Great help. I'm glad it's able to help you. So Samuel, what you may want to know too is when we start up the membership deal, there's going to be different levels. And one of the levels, and it's going to probably be a little pricey, but one of the levels is you're going to be able to call me or video chat with me personally for like 20, 30 minutes and ask your fishing questions. So once a month for that level, you'll be able to talk to me directly like this, just you and me on the phone or on the video. And if you want to talk to me about gear, you want me to show you different lures, show rigs, if you want to show me your tackle and talk about it, we can do all that. So I'm just trying to find different ways of where we can talk more personally and, you know, get a better connection with you guys all here that are supporting me. I really appreciate all your support and like to have a better connection. I kind of wish we would have had this years ago because I'm really enjoying the meet and greet trips that we've been doing on the Gale Force. And then when you guys come out on my filming trips, this year has been really nice because it's nice to put, you know, the face with the name that I see here on the screens. Yeah, Maui, you don't have to be a member. What we're doing right now, Tuesday and Thursday, will not change. You don't have to be a member for this. Nothing is going to change. All we're going to do with the membership is do a little bit more, maybe behind the scene things, and maybe one of these only once a month, not every week. Once a month, we'll have a YouTube live just for members, so it won't be that. Antonio, where did the bluefin go? My 2-day. I really doubt that your 2-day trip got canceled because there's no fish. I'm guessing your 2-day trip got canceled because of the weather. And I know you guys get frustrated when your trips get canceled, but believe me, if the boat or the landing is canceling your trip because of weather, just thank them, because you do not want to be out there if the weather is really bad. And I guarantee you, those guys are used to bad weather. They want to go fishing, but if they decide that it's too dangerous to go, too uncomfortable, just say thank you and just go when they reschedule it, because you don't want to be out there when it's that bad. So Lauren saw that she fished with Uncle Greg before and with Brian. That's cool. So Joe's going to go on a half day out of Davies tomorrow. The only thing I don't like out of there is the parking so far away. You got to park all the way down blocks away and walk back here in all your gear. But so Lincod's going fishing on Sunday out of San Diego. Lauren, before you come fish down here, make sure the beaches are open, because some of the beaches have been closed because of the oil spill. So make sure they're open. Okay. So talking about Costa Mesa, I think the beaches might be open to go on, but I think the fishing on the beaches is still closed. But I would check and find out before you come all the way down from North Cal to go fish here. Like Santa Monica Bay is open, Long Beach is open, all that area you wouldn't have any trouble. But I don't know about that stuff. Just do a little bit of research. Yeah, so Jeff is talking about how bad the weather's been. Yeah, I'm trying to match up my Patreon and this YouTube membership so they work together. So if you signed up for Patreon and going to support me monthly at one level, you're going to get the same exact benefits from the YouTube channel. So, so that's how it's going to work. And like I said, we're not going to penalize anybody for not being a member. It's not going to be like that. It's going to just be another way that if you want to ask more questions and need help more on a one-to-one basis, or I can share more of the behind the scenes stuff with you guys, we can do that. Okay, John. So John's asking how come Tamara and Jeff's name are in blue. So there's actually 3 people now. The other person isn't on today. So you see the blue and the wrench next to their name is because I made them administrators. So in case we have any of the jerks that we've had on like last week and they start putting profanity or anything on there, Tamara, Jeff, and Kevin can just shut it down, because I get caught up in talking to you guys a lot and I don't see what's going on. I don't scroll down all the way. So my screen stops a lot. So I don't see all the stuff going on. So instead of people having to text me and let me know something's going on, I've given Jeff permission, Tamara permission, and Kevin Kozai permission to just delete stuff and block people. So hopefully if that happens, and I'm sure it will happen again because there's just those trolls out there, it'll get shut down faster. So that's what that's all about. Lauren, thank you for 35 years of sharing fishing recipes, inspiring generations. Thank you. That's nice. And it's nice, when I see my work come all the way through full cycle. I can't tell you how many kids over the years I've seen like drama who didn't know anything about fishing, came to a kids club meeting, learned a little bit about fishing, and now I see them on sport boats. So that's one of the joys in life that I get, is seeing that happen over and over. And the other neat thing I've seen quite a few times now is for my kids club events or my youth foundation events at the lakes, like at Lincoln Park, MacArthur Park, coming up here on November 20th, I think it is, at El Dorado Park. It's kind of funny now how often it happens where I see young families, families in their 20s, young families with young kids, like 4 or 5 years old, and they bring their kid to a lake event, and they tell me when they were, 10 years old, 15 years old, 8 years old, they caught their very first fish at one of my youth foundation events. And now that my youth foundation is over 20 years old, it's these people, these young people that caught fish as kids are now, they now have their own families, and they bring them and they catch their very first fish. So it's pretty good. So So it's really good. So I'm really appreciative of all that. So thank you guys for all the support. The Patreon's already started. I can give you guys a link to my Patreon here. So it's called Fishing with Captain Dan. And the Patreon levels start like $3, I think it is. Let me see. Well, let me put the link to it there. So here is a link to my Patreon. And I admit I've been kind of lax on it, but now that I'm going to do the membership for YouTube, I'm going to really concentrate on making sure that everybody gets what they're promised on Patreon and that I do more stuff. Hello, Alpha. Okay. Alex, thank you very much. Ortega. Yeah, so that's my Patreon there, guys. So if you want to support me on Patreon, you can. And there's lots of levels, and there's, inexpensive levels. You don't have to do something expensive. So we have that. And there's some content on there just for members. So that's all available. Okay. Where can I see my levels? Let me see. All right. I don't know why I can't see all the different tiers. For some reason it's just showing me videos. There it is. Okay, now I can see. Yeah, so the anchovy tier is $2 a month. The mackerel tier is $5 a month. Calico bass tier is $25 a month. So I think there's 6 tiers altogether. With the highest tier, you get a private charter every month. So we just have that there. Tim, I am not cheering for any team whose logo is a trash can. So, or use trash cans to win against the Dodgers. That's all I'll say. Scott, thank you very much. And don't forget to hit the like button, guys. Yeah, so just put the Patreon stuff there. Yeah, so I'm gonna do Now, I was really leery to do the super chats, but you guys were bugging me to do super chats, and I'm glad we did that. It's nice, support's been good. And when I needed fishing rods for my youth foundation, I told you guys I didn't know how I was going to do a fundraiser. And that day we raised $1,000 thanks to your support. So I really appreciate that. We're getting ready for our youth event at El Dorado Park. So there's not going to be any food for that event, so I don't have to buy all the hot dogs and stuff. But we are going to have to buy water and some other treats and stuff for my volunteers. And we plan to have water for the kids and stuff too. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So, if any of you want to help out with that kind of stuff too, let me know. We could always use the help for the Youth Foundation. We haven't been able to do any fundraisers. And, every month we have a kids club meeting. It still costs us to do stuff. We have water for the kids. We have bait. We have prizes we give away. So anytime you guys can do donations for that, I would greatly appreciate it. Terry, you can go to the Patreon page. There's a lot of stuff on there that's free and that you can see. There's only some items there that are for Patreon members only. But that's, they pay for that. They're, and it's not much. I mean, even if you're paying the $2 a month, you get to see the content that's just for Patreon members. But again, I don't want anybody to think that anything's going to change here on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We'll still be doing that. Yeah, this will still be the same. It'll still be free. So we'll do that. Tamaya, thank you. All right, it's about 8 o'clock. One fishing thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, and I see this every trip, and it's one of the things that I tell people so much. Well, not on my private charters, is when people get bit, especially on live bait, as soon as they get bit, they want to swing on the fish. And I don't care if you're fishing for, bluegill, catfish, tuna, calico bass, especially in the ocean when you're fishing with live bait, you have to give the fish a chance to eat it. So this is your little sardine, pretend. And when the fish picks it up, especially with the circle hook, I see all the time people get bit. I see the line coming off the reel. And as soon as the fish picks up the bait and starts to run with it, they put the reel in gear and they swing. That's the worst thing to do. I wish I had a rod here in front of me. But what you want to do is let the fish pick up your bait and run with it. Count at least 5 seconds. And if you can count to like 8 seconds would be good. But I know nobody wants to do that. Wait for 5 seconds. Put the reel in gear. Okay, so if you're fishing a reel like this, low profile, the line's going off the reel, the fish runs with it, it's running good 5 seconds, put the reel in gear, and do nothing. Okay? Do nothing. Let that monofilament in your line stretch. Let that line go all the way down to the fish's mouth. Let that rod tip bend toward the water, toward the fish. And once that happens, wind a couple more times and then set the hook. If it's a circle hook, just wind. You don't have to set the hook. Because I can't tell you how many times I see people, they cast, the line hits the water, fish picks it up, runs with it for about a second or two. They put the reel in gear and they swing instantly and they never catch the fish. And they bring back their sardine and it looks like this, just all tore up. I seen an eyeball, all tore up on top. And that's just because they swung too quickly. Lots of times when I'm trying to emphasize to my clients on the private charters about how long you can wait, I will just put the rods in the rod holder. I'll cast it out, put the line, put the rod in clicker, the reel in clicker, and put the rod in the rod holder. And I'll let the clicker go off. And they want to go run over there and set the hook. And I tell them, just wait. It's not going to go anywhere. We're not going to lose the rod. Just wait. And they make them wait for a good 10 seconds and let that reel line screaming off it. Then let them grab the reel, turn off the clicker, and then just wind. Because we're always using circle hooks on my private charters just because the majority of the people have no clue when to set the hook. So this is a circle hook. And that way the fish will do the hook setting for you. The fish will grab the bait, put it in its belly, and as he turns and swims away, it comes out of his mouth and hooks in the corner of the jaw. Especially when we have lots of short calicos, that works out really good. So I just wanted to tell you guys about that because it's so frustrating and I see it all the time. So, okay, so Terry's buying a ticket for Fred. Fred from Terry. Okay. All right, so this will be the 2-minute warning, guys. 2-minute warnings. Yeah, so I understand that. You just really, really have to be, just have to be patient. You have to take your time and be patient. Unlike April here, who's just dying for more hot dogs. Hey, April. Come here. April's the only creature thing that likes YouTube Live more than you guys. Because Tuesdays and Thursdays, she gets her 2 hot dogs. And when I turn the light on in here in this room at night, she comes right in thinking it's YouTube Live. So there she is, just waiting. Scott, how do you buy a ticket? Right below where people make the comments there, you'll see a $, and that is how you do a super chat. You do that. And I don't know if you already have a thing set up on your account. If you have an account set up with Google with a credit card, but you have to do that. But you can also, you can always do that next time. That's fine. So John got his best bass with the 5-second rule. That's good. Have I ever been quail hunting? Yes, I have. I quail hunted in California, Arizona, and down in Baja. Outside Ensenada. Did that a couple times. Terry got another ticket. All right, thank you, Terry. And then Thursday, you guys, I leave for Mexico. I'll be down the East Cape. Have a small group, less than 10 people are going to be there with me. So hopefully we'll get into there. It'd be pretty good. Yeah, see, Jeff is giving you guys a good tip there on the tuna fishing about letting the rod load up and stuff. I just think it's really important to let the rod load up before you set the hook. And when you're fighting the fish, get a good bend in the rod. You want that rod bent, pointed down at the fish. If rods weren't designed to be bent, we'd all be fishing with 2x4s. So you want that rod to bend right on the fish. So, please do that and you'll have good luck. All right. So Terry says that Fred gave her some tips when fishing. That's good. Are tuna still out there? Yes, tuna are still out there. No, I think she's talking about Jeff. I think she's talking about Fred. That's here, one in the group here. Jeff was a captain of the Gale Force, and now Jeff is living in Arizona, and now Jared is back running the Gale Force. So there's a link for my Patreon if any of you are interested. And then we have the trip on the 11th of 11th of November on the Gale Force. It'll probably be our last meet and greet for the year. So let me get you guys a link for that. There it is. All right. Yeah, there's 18 spots available. There's only 2 people signed up right now for that trip on the Gale Force. So hopefully we'll get more people on there so we can go and do that last trip of the year. How come it won't copy? There's that. Copy. There it is. So if any of you are interested, this will be the link for the Gale Force trip. So that's that. Terry, that rod you were using is my old Dan Hernandez signature rod that was made by Shakespeare, and the reel was a Penn reel. Yeah, drama. Everybody was super nice to you on the boat to help you catch fish. What else is out there? Hey, Tyler, how you doing? Okay, good. So Tyler says that that the closures on the piers have been lifted. So Lauren, I guess that is your answer. It sounds like you can come on down to Southern California and go surf fishing. Tyler says that the report he saw says that the fishing's been lifted. So that's good. Yeah, Mac. Lots of times when we put a weight on a fly line rig, it isn't so much to get the bait down fast as it is to keep the bait away from the birds. If there's lots of birds on the surface picking the bait, then I'll put a little sinker on it just to get it down so the birds don't get to it. And if there's a lot of current, if the current's ripping, I'll put a little weight on there, maybe a quarter ounce or something, just to get the bait to go down a little bit. So that's what I do. All right, Tamara, we can do that. Yeah, Mac, I have a bunch of my Dan Hernandez rods in the garage. I don't know, I probably have like 50 of them. Maybe I'll sell one or two. No, they don't sell them anymore. That was back when Shakespeare and Penn were independent companies, and now they're owned by conglomerates. So, nope, they don't exist. I wish they still did. Also, max out one of them on there. Yeah, no, those are good rods. Those are basically just tiger rods, but it was nice. I got to work with them. Raffle off one of my rods. Yeah, but the rods are what, like $180, and normally on these raffle things we only do like $50, $60. That wouldn't work. Well, maybe we could do like a raffle. Yeah, I guess we could do a raffle, something like that. Yeah, I guess we could do a raffle. That's a good idea. Oh, so there's 10 minutes left in the football game. Maybe I should go watch that too. All right, guys, let's pick a winner. I want to thank you guys all for your support. Again, if you want to join me on the 11th on the Gale Force, here's a link for that. And if you want to support me on Patreon, here's a link for that. And next month we will have a membership page here for YouTube, and it's gonna be good for me because I want to be able to. I want to do a lot more little videos for you guys, a lot more how-to videos. So instead of setting up a school thing or something, we could do something inexpensive that you guys can see that. You guys can watch the videos and it won't cost you a fortune. All right, so let's pick a winner. Tamara, have a good time on your trip leaving tomorrow to San Diego. And Jeff, you be safe on the water on your tuna trips. I don't know. I don't think Jeff mentioned it here, but he sent me pictures of the new Loan rescued Ponga over 100 miles out at sea with 25 people on the boat. And they didn't have any food or water for, is it 3 days or something like that? So they were very lucky that the new Loan found them and they were saved. So very lucky. I mean, they're all going to get deported back, but at least they're still alive. So that was good. And then I don't know if you guys saw the story about the guy in the sailboat who rescued a woman that was swimming, in the evening, and he rescued her, and she'd been floating out there for 12 hours. So, all right, let's pick a winner. Here we go. Okay, and the winner is Fred. Terry bought you your ticket. So Fred's a winner, and Terry paid for it. Congratulations. So Fred, send me an email. Email me your shipping address. And I won't be in the office tomorrow. I have private charter, so next week it will go out to you on Tuesday. So winner is Fred. Congratulations. That's the best word of advice there, guys, that Jeff just put. Do not take the ocean for granted. Ocean can be very beautiful and it can be very cruel. All right, so email me here, Fred. Terry, thanks for buying Fred his ticket. And you guys, if any of you ever have questions for me, don't be afraid to send me an email. That's my email address and all that. All right, good night, everybody. I'm glad that our new administrators didn't have to use their powers tonight. Everybody played nice. Good night, and I will talk to you all on Tuesday. Thursday, I leave for Mexico. Tamara, have a great time on your trip tomorrow. And everybody else be safe on the water. Fred, be safe. Jeff, be safe out there. Bunch of it, the rest of you are going to be fishing. So have a good weekend, and everybody have a great and safe Halloween. Talk to you later. Bye. Bye, everybody.